Hello, everyone, again. Thank you for attending the orientation program. I hope everyone is hearing me right now. Okay, so I start the presentation directly. Sorry for keeping you waited for so long. I would like to make an orientation for our international students at the graduate school who mainly registered this semester. So the freshmen are invited, but if we have any other registered student, they're more than welcome. So let me introduce you our management of the graduate school. So you see director, Professor Dr. Belkıs Bilgin Eren. She is the director of our institute, and we have vice director, Associate Prof. Nihan Kahraman. She is currently attending the presentation, and vice director, Assistant Prof. Melih Çınar, and Executive Secretary Süleyman Bolat. You will hear about him so much during your graduate process. And here is the agenda of our meeting today. So I'll start with OBS user guide, and then we pass on to the graduate online system that we are using generally for practical applications, or you will see the coverage. And then I'll tell you about supervisor designation, both for master and PhD students, and course registrations that we are currently within the period, and scientific preparation stage, registration for thesis course and subject specialization courses, PhD proficiency test. I'll give you some basic information about the test. I'm sure most of you have some questions about it. And then I'll tell you about the thesis monitoring reports, what kind and which frequency we use for the thesis monitoring reports, and graduation steps and integrated PhD programs and non-thesis master programs. So let's continue with the OBS user guide. This is an OBS, this screen is taken directly from the guide that we share on our website, but I'll tell you, I'll instruct you how to proceed. So here you see the direct access link to the system. So when you go to this website, you will use username section with your student ID number. So I'm sure all of you knows about it, but if you have any problem finding it, just let me know, please. And then the password, some students have some problems creating the password, but nobody gives you the password first, but you're expected to click on reset password and create your own password. But other than that, if you are using e-Devlet, e-governmental portal in Turkey, then you can use directly from the very same username and password combination that you use for e-Devlet. And if you need any technical support, here is a website, email address of the people in charge. Okay, so you can use it. Oops. Sorry, yes, graduate online system. It's lisansüstü.yıldız.edu.tr. So we use it very much. So please have a look at this website, even if you don't have anything to do at the system. So if you, for instance, for contact, you know my details, my email address, etc. But if you need to contact directly with a person at the student affairs, then please click on this item, this envelope item, and then you go directly to the people in charge of your own program. So please use this message menu if you need to contact. And in order to log in the system, you should introduce yourself technically to the system first, and you should create a profile. This is the first step. And then here you see the step for creating a password, creating an account, sorry. And then here there are some questions that you're expected to answer. The important thing is that you should choose the user type as international or foreign student, because this selection cannot be modified after you create your account. So please make sure that you pick the right user type. And then you need to upload a recent photo. This is very important because sometimes there are some online forms that you get directly from the system. and your photo is automatically attached to the document. So in order not to have any problem, make sure that it's a recent photo and a passport photo showing your head. And here, you need to fill out some personal information. This is something very general. And then this question is important. Sometimes you just skip this part without selecting that you are a YTU student. So you need to choose yes, and then write your student ID number, etc. So that the system is synchronized with our OBS system, where your credentials are kept, and then you can do what you want on the system. So make sure that you pick yes to this question. And then you're expected to update your contact information. And then a summary of your profile is sent directly to your email address. Yes, about supervisor designation. Some of you maybe who are registered before this semester may be in this process. Here is a chart for appointing a supervisor. For master students, you need to start the process until the end of your first semester. This is very important because in order for you to take any course on the upcoming semester, I mean, the second semester for master students, you should already appointed a supervisor on your system, because the system filters if you have a supervisor, and if you don't, then it doesn't allow you to proceed. And for PhD, until the end of your second semester, make sure that you have a supervisor. And then you submit the form. This is the first step. Then there's a drop-down menu. So you just pick the supervisor that you already agreed for this issue. And then that professor, that faculty member receives an email about that he's pending for, I mean, the application is pending for his or her approval. So once the supervisor approves your application, then an automatic document is created, and then you will be able to print out the document. The document should be sent to, I mean, handed out to the department secretary so that they send it to the graduate school. And then there's a board of management meeting that gathers generally every week on Wednesdays, but it might change. So make sure that the department sends your form to the graduate school for the upcoming board of management meeting. And then when they approve about your application, then the person at the Student Affairs directly appoints the supervisor on your OBS profile, which makes you technically eligible for making, I mean, selecting a course on the upcoming semester. Yes. And for instance, if you already have, I mean, agreed with a supervisor at your department, you can start the process as soon as possible, because there's no problem or obstacle for you to do it earlier than the deadlines. Here, there are some detailed information about the steps for appointing it. So we make a call for you to make a supervisor designation, and then you're expected to read it carefully, because sometimes each semester has its own rules and important notifications. So make sure that you read the announcements, and then start the first step with the application menu on the left side. Then you save your application and pass to the next stage for making a new application. And here is a summary of the form that you fill out and save your application. And once you submit it, as I told you, the supervisor, the proposed supervisor, receives an email that there is one application waiting for his or her approval. And then you display the form that's technically possible. And before the approval of the proposed supervisor, you can modify your application. But once the supervisor approves, there's no way for you to modify it. For instance, maybe the language of your thesis, the title of your thesis. If you would like to change it, you cannot do so. But maybe your supervisor just rejects it, and then you make a new application. So a new application is necessary if you would like to change something on the form after the approval of the supervisor. And here is the step for course registration. And currently, I'm sure most of you have some questions on your mind about the course registration that we guided you before, but just have a look. The slides, they are important. And here I told you about how to get a username and password combination for logging into the system. And here what I can inform you is that the calendars are very important, because sometimes you try to do it before the period started, then the system does not allow you to do so, and then you get very stressed about that. So please make sure that we are currently in the period for making a course registration. And here you see the access web page to the system. And here maybe it's better to inform you once more that before you make your course registration, you all seem as a passive student on any system in Turkey, especially in YÖKSİS. YÖKSİS is the general higher education system that many governmental institutions use the system, and they drag the information directly from that site about your student status. So make sure, be informed that you will be a passive one until you confirm your course registration. And I'll tell you more about the finalization and approval stage. And here is a guide for making a course registration. Again, as I told you, username will be your student ID number, and you create your password personally, or you log in directly with eDevlet. And this, when you log in, this is the main screen that you display on your system. And on the left menu, you see Ders Kayıt, it's course registration. And you need to use that one because maybe under that you can see course add drop session, etc. But we don't use it. We all the time use a course registration menu on the left. So make sure that you're on the right tab. And here, for all international students, as you know, if you are not coming with a Turkey scholarship placement, then it means that you need to pay a tuition fee. It was like 15,000 Turkish lira for this semester. Before you make your payment, the system does not allow you to finalize your course registration. So this is a very crucial step before confirming your course registration. So you can see the place with specified with 1 here. So it says about the debt that you have to our university, and if you paid, you can be free for proceeding to the course registration screen. Here with the with this item, you can see the course groups. Some departments has these course groups, but some not. So have a look in detail to the courses that your department offers. And if the course has different groups, you can list this via this section. You can write the course code and filter. And you can display your course schedule from this side. And the course on the same selective course groups are displayed here. And when you click on Show Quota button, then you can see the quota of the course, of a specific course. As generally, at the very start of the course registration period, it's important in order for you to have an idea how many students will be accepted to that course. So you can display it with this option. And then your registration will be added. Courses will not, I mean, your registration to the added courses will not be confirmed until you check and finalize your registration. I'll tell you right now about that. This is the place where you filter a course in order to see detailed information about it. And if you would like to delete a course, you can press here, and then a pop-up appears to make sure that you want to delete that course. This is a security step, actually, in order for you not to make any mistake. Yes, here, after you add your courses, you'll see the list of the courses that you would like to register for. And then on the right side, you see Control+, check in the English version. And this is the first step that you should do. This is for checking if your study program is eligible in terms of any prerequisites, because sometimes some courses needs you to already have taken some course before that, or if there's any overlapping between the courses, the system just informs you about that first. And if you don't delete that course, then it blocks you to confirm it. So this is important for you to check. And after that, after you check, and if everything seems okay, you'll see the total number of credits, and at most you can take 25 credits each semester. And then on the right side, as you see, finalize approve button will allow you to register for the course, technically use the quota. So before you do it, nobody sees you on, I mean, if a professor is offering a course, then before you finalize, approve your registration, they cannot see you on their list of attendance. And the confirmation pop-up appears as it's illustrated on the right side when you successfully registered for the courses. And if you have not paid your tuition fee, you cannot finalize even if you add the courses. And if you display any kind of error, please read it carefully and try to eliminate the problem that the system shows you. But if not, if you cannot find the reason, you can contact me directly so that I can guide you. Here are some important requirements about the courses. So for all students registered after 2017 and 18 fall semester, there are some compulsory courses, selective courses, research methods and scientific ethics, and seminar courses. These are different categories. The compulsory courses, that depends. I mean, the minimum number of compulsory courses changes from department to the department. And it's announced at the website of the graduate school or the department. So we have a curricula on our website on the left menu, and you can see which courses offered at your department are specified as compulsory and how many courses you should take minimum during your study program at the graduate program. So for instance, the department here, this is very important because the curricula that I'm talking about is a kind of catalog. So you see the whole list of the courses that are offered or might be offered at the department based on the specialization of the professors. But it doesn't mean that any course you see on the list will be available during a study program at that specific semester. So, for instance, if you see in the list 5 compulsory courses, but the department may require you to take at least 2 of them as a minimum, then it's okay if you take 2 courses from that compulsory category. It will be enough, but you're more than welcome if you would like to take more, but the minimum number is okay. And as I told you, please refer to our website. On the left menu, you see the graduate program curricula, and see how many courses your department requires you to take. And then about the selective courses, The general requirement is that any graduate program, doesn't matter if it's a master or a PhD, it consists of 7 courses, including the minimum number of compulsory courses, plus selective courses, up to 7 courses in total. And then research methods and scientific ethics. This is a compulsory course offered, really important for Higher Education Council of Turkey, YÖK, and then seminar courses. So you need to take these 7 courses plus research plus seminar courses. And yes, and the very important thing is that during your first 4 semesters, you should complete your course stage. Otherwise, I'm really sorry that you will be deregistered. I'm disenrolled. Your affiliation is totally terminated at the graduate school. So make sure that you complete all these courses within your first 4 semesters. And about, the courses, if the courses are from your registered department, or would you like to take it from other departments or from bachelor programs? So these are some important notifications about that. And for instance, I told you about the minimum number of compulsory courses of your program. So you should take it for sure. But at least 4 of your 7 courses must be from your registered department. It might be from other programs of the same departments, but 4 should be from the registered department. And except for research methods and scientific ethics and seminar, these should be taken directly from your registered department. And if you would like to take courses from other departments or other universities, the maximum number is 3. So you can take 3 courses from other departments, or sometimes the students would like to take some courses from other universities. Here, the important thing is that you should follow the course registration processes of the university that you would like to take the course from. So make sure the calendars are compatible with each other, and then you make your application to that university, and then there is an official documents necessary between the universities. We have an electronic communication system, so make sure you follow the steps there and here, so that our graduate school approves you to take courses from another university in Turkey. But if you are taking the course from other departments, you are free to take directly from OBS. But if it's from other university, make sure that there are an official way for you to follow. There are forms that you need to fill out, and then I'll tell you in detail if you are interested in doing so. From bachelor programs, if master students wants to take courses from bachelor, as I told you, 3 courses must be taken from other departments. So this number is 2, the minimum number. So if it's below the level that you are registered, like if it's a bachelor, when you are a master student, then you can take 2. And for PhD students, there's no way for you to take bachelor degree programs. Yeah, these are some requirements about the thesis, subject specialization, and seminar courses. For the thesis and subject specialization seminar courses, I can tell you that all students must take courses from their registered departments. These courses should be firstly taken from your registered department. And the students, based on the regulation, all students at the thesis stage, so following your course stage, you should take thesis and subject specialization course each semester. So it means that you are working for your thesis. So you should make sure that you add these 2 courses during your thesis stage. And you pass your thesis stage at master following the completion of your course stage. But for PhD, the thing is different. So after you make your complete your course stage, you pass to the proficiency step, this proficiency test. And if you are successful, then you're expected to make a thesis proposal. So you can pass on to the thesis stage only after a successful thesis proposal. And for research methods and scientific ethics course, these courses, again, as I told you, initially be taken from registered department. And in case the course is not offered at a relevant semester, it can be taken from other departments based on the student's request, the department's approval, and the decision of the graduate school board of management. So if all these parties approve, then you can take courses from other departments. And this process starts, I mean, your application to take a course offered at a different department starts during the registration period, course registration period. If we are outside of this period, I am sorry that you cannot do so. And seminar courses can be taken on the second semester at earliest. In case that it's taken before the second semester, the student affairs filters. If you have taken it before your second, then they remove it automatically from your study programs. And here there are some important reminders that as failed courses are not considered in order to calculate your cumulative GPA. And therefore, the failed courses cannot be replaced with the successful ones. It's not technically possible. And even if you have taken a course and be successful, you can retake the course if you are intending to upgrade the mark. And but if it's you can do it only if the course has been marked with AA. So if it's the highest grade that you achieve, you cannot retake that specific course. But if it's below AA, then you can retake the course in order to upgrade. And all the students registered for the English medium programs must take all of their courses in English. So in accordance with the requirements that I informed you about, the compulsory courses from other departments, this rule is active. So you need to take only English medium courses, even if it's outside of your program. And just to remind once more, the maximum period of course stage is 4 semesters. And for integrated PhD programs, the course period is 6 semesters. And students who cannot fulfill this requirement are disenrolled. I mean, the affiliation is terminated. And as failed courses are not considered for calculating the cumulative GPA, the failed courses cannot be replaced with the successful ones. Please do not apply to do so. And all courses can be taken for the second time unless they are graded as AA. But the last grade will be taken into account. So if you take a B, then we consider B as your final grade. Yeah, about this English medium requirement, I told you already. In scientific preparation courses. So if you are currently at a scientific preparation stage, please be informed that the departments will automatically add the scientific preparation courses to your OBS profiles. And if the student wants to add courses from their graduate programs, you can add them personally on your OBS, but only the scientific preparations courses are automatically added. So you don't edit personally, but if you're interested in taking graduate courses, then you can do it personally. And students who are registered to a bachelor program elsewhere, including open education, there is a tuition fee that you need to pay. Otherwise, the scientific preparation courses will not be added to your system by the departments. And students whose courses are not added by the departments, even if they need to, they should contact directly with the departments, because you need to clarify if there's something wrong on your system. So even if the departments adds these courses, make sure that they are added. So you just log into your system and display your course schedule. Graduate students who are at scientific preparation stage can take at most 2 courses per semester from their graduate courses. So you're free to do that. And the lowest passing grade for scientific preparation courses taken from bachelor program is CC. And if it's from master program, then it's CB, the lowest grade, passing rate. And this is important that scientific preparation courses are not included in your GPA. And how to register for thesis and subject specialization courses. Here for master, step by step, I'll tell you, for master students, they need to register for these courses offered by your own supervisors, because when you list the courses that are offered by your department, you see these 2 courses open for each professor, each supervisor. So make sure that the course that you are taking is offered by your supervisor. And the system automatically filters and blocks you if you are trying to take a course from another supervisor. And at your first semesters, you cannot and you should not add these courses. If the student has not registered for these courses at their last semesters, I mean the semester that you will apply for graduation, we check if you have already taken this master, thesis and subject specialization courses. If you haven't taken these courses on the very same semester that you apply for graduation, your application is rejected. So this is very important. So on your last semester for the graduation, make sure you have added these 2 courses. And for PhD, again, the same rule is still active for that. You need to take it from your own supervisor, and you should not take it from your first semester. And that on your thesis monitoring report period, you should have taken these courses again. So in addition to your graduation semester, during your thesis monitoring semester, so each semester you are expected to give a report. So each semester, make sure you are taking these 2 courses. And here are the minimum number of ECTS credits. For master, it's 120, and for PhD, it's 240. These are the minimum ECTS credits for you to apply for graduation. About the PhD proficiency test. So students, PhD students who completes their course stage, applications and proficiency test. I'll tell you step by step about the proficiency test. So students who registered for PhD program after graduation from their master grade, it means that there are integrated PhD programs and general PhD programs. So the rules may change depending on your last graduation. So if you have graduated from a master and then registered for a PhD program, you need to apply for the proficiency test until the end of your 5th semester. There is an application round, so we open the period for application. We make a call on our website, and then at last on your 5th semester, you should apply for the PhD proficiency test. And if you're registered for an integrated PhD program, you should do it until the end of your 7th semester at the latest. You can do it earlier. And if the student cannot attend the test until the above mentioned semesters, for instance, if you're on your 6th semester when you register for a PhD general program, then it will be considered as your first failure from your first attempt. So make sure you attend the test when you make the application. And the applications are received online at Lisansüstü Yıldız Edu TR. by the student. So you do it personally. And the application period and test schedule are announced on the main website of our graduate school. And even though the student applies and it does not attend the test, as I told you, you will be considered as failed already. And there are some basic information about the proficiency test that depends from department to department, but generally it consists for sure of two parts, written and oral. Written examination is conducted a single session by the proficiency test jury. This jury is appointed directly by the department. And the written examination covers the graduate courses designated by the department. And the written examination takes approximately 2 hours at most. And you should receive 70 out of 100 system at least. So this is the minimum passing grade for your written part of the examination. And students who cannot be successful based on this information from the written part cannot attend the oral examination. So it's a must for you to be successful from the written in order to pass to the oral. And oral examination is again conducted by the proficiency test jury that I told you that is appointed by the department. And the minimum passing grade is 50 out of 100 at least. And the arithmetical average of the written and oral should be 70 at least. So if the student cannot receive the minimum required point from one of the written and oral examinations, again considered as failed from their first attempt. So you will be able to apply for proficiency test for the second time, and you should be successful in order to continue your graduation program. The thesis monitoring committee of the student who successfully passed the proficiency test should be designated within 1 month, and the student should make their thesis proposal within 6 months following the date of the proficiency test. So when you be successful within 6 months, you should make a thesis proposal with your thesis monitoring committee. And otherwise, the students are considered as unsuccessful from their thesis proposal, and it will be necessary again to take the second proposal examination within 3 months. Otherwise, again, the student is disenrolled. And the students who fail from the test apply again in the next semester and attend this section that he or she previously failed. And if the student does not apply or attend the test for the second time, it will be the second failure, which causes you to be disenrolled from the program. Hope not. And the thesis monitoring report. So the students who make their proposal successfully each semester are required to make an application for a thesis monitoring meeting. Again, the applications are made on our online portal, Lisansüstü. And then the students who have registered for the thesis and subject specialization courses must present their reports during January to June for spring and from July to December for fall semesters. And any reports presented outside of this period will not be accepted. So make sure these, it covers the whole year, and I don't think you will have any problem, but make sure it's within this period. And submission to the department. The reports should be submitted to the department by the student on the presentation date. And the department should send the reports to the graduate school within 3 working days. So such academic steps are, even though they are conducted at the department, the evaluation report or information should be sent directly by the department to the graduate school. And this 3 working day is a cliche that we use. It's very important for you to do it, or make sure that your supervisor does that. And again, I would like to remind once more that if you did not take this subject specialization course and thesis course, you cannot give a thesis monitoring report. So this is a must for you to do. This is a general rule of taken directly from our graduate regulation about the thesis monitoring committee, that it should gather at least 2 times a year during the period that I mentioned, from January to June and July to December. And the supervisor organizes these meetings. The student submits a written report to the committee members at least 1 month before the proposed meeting date, and then presents this report orally to all the members during the meeting. And in this report, a summary of the thesis work that has been made by the time of the meeting and a projection of what will be made in the next period are specified by the student themselves. And the thesis progressing work of the student is evaluated as successful or unsuccessful by the committee members, and following which the evaluation report is sent again by the department to the graduate school within 3 working days. And if the student does not present a report about the progress of the thesis within this designated periods, or if the evaluation report is not sent to the graduate school, again, it will be considered as a failure. And but if you hold a kind of medical status, like if you have a medical excuse with a report for not providing a report during this period, please apply directly to the department within 15 days, starting from your excuse. And if the student fails from the thesis report for 2 consecutive times, so if you consecutively failed from this monitoring report, then again, your affiliation, your registration is deleted. Or if you fail for 3 times with intervals, so you'll be successful, then fail, successful, fail, for instance, you again be disenrolled. About graduation. So these are some important steps. So the graduation starts with your application first. So once you are ready for graduation, once you meet the publication requirements, collected enough number of ECTS credits, etc., are ready for the graduation, then you make an application again on the online portal of our graduate school. And again, I reminded you several times that these thesis and subject specialization courses should be taken on the graduation semester. And there are some different regulations for students registered at different periods. So maybe we don't have much students who registered before 2016 and 17 fall semester, but here is the rule: 7 courses with a minimum passing grade as BB, research methods, PhD seminar, and 3 cumulative 3 out of 4 system cumulative GPA. And alternatively, if you have taken more than 8 courses plus this 3-point cumulative GPA, then it's okay for the graduation. And PhD students who registered after or during this 2017 and 18 fall semester, 7 courses, including the minimum number of compulsory courses, selective courses corresponding to 21 credits with at least a BB passing grade, research methods and scientific ethics plus PhD seminar, reaching to at least 3-point GPA is necessary. And then the student affairs checks if you have met this minimum number of ECTS credits. Here you see the specific ECTS credits for research methods and scientific ethics. It's 5. And all courses, including seminar, it's 7.5. And thesis course for PhD is 40. And subject specialization course is 20 ECTS credits. And this is important that you need to make sure only if you succeed from these courses, they are added to your graduation credit points. Here is some information about the publication and project requirements. So here it's important that the semester that you register is important for us to see which graduation publication requirements you are subjected to. So we announced it on our website. So please have a look. I'll share this presentation later on, or the links, important links, so that you can have a look about your publication requirements. And this is the latest update that I wanted to mention. On the very first days of 2021, the following requirement has been added. So it's having participated as a scholarship holder or researcher or project coordinator in a national or international research and development project outside of higher education institutions, or having submitted a project proposal and not formally receiving a rejection. So this is the latest update, but please refer to the chart in order to make sure about your requirements. For master, so sorry that I just wanted to, I'm forget to translate the titles. Okay, it's graduation applications. Again, they are made online on our system. And again, I wanted to remind that these subject specialization course and thesis course should be taken during your graduation semester. And the minimum number of compulsory courses and selective courses designated by the departments should have been taken. And master course stage consists of 7 courses with at least a passing grade of CB, master seminar course, research methods and scientific ethics, and the passing cumulative GPA is 2.5. And it's necessary to meet 220 CTS credits. And here you see the very same credit numbers for ethics, research methods and ethics course. It's 5 ECTS, and all other courses, including seminar, is 7.5, and master thesis is 20, and subject specialization course is corresponds to 10 ECTS credits, and they're again added to your ECTS credits only after you succeed from these courses, and your supervisor evaluates your performance and then grade you on the system. And the maximum period of study for master is 6 semesters. So at the end of, during your 6th semester at most, you should be able to apply for graduation and qualify for registration. And about the publication requirements, all students are again subjected to the Senate codes of the semester that they registered. So please refer to this website to see the chart. And integrated PhD programs, this is a general rule for integrated programs. I'm not sure if we have any integrated PhD program students who are attending the meeting right now. But it says that the regular duration is 10 semesters and with a maximum of 14 semesters at most. And the program consists of total number of not less than 42 credits, including a minimum 14 courses, seminar, research methods, proficiency exam, thesis proposal, and thesis progress reports, and thesis work itself. And the seminar, for the seminar course, the doctoral department seminar course with this code should be selected. It's a very similar thing. And the cumulative GPA should be 3 out of 4 system. And this, if you are admitted to this program after you graduated previously from a bachelor undergraduate program, apart from the research methods and scientific ethics and seminar courses, must be taken within the first 6 periods of the graduation education, and at least 8 of these 14 courses. And up to 4 courses can be taken from the graduate courses offered at other higher education institutions. Remember that it was 3 for the general PhD programs. And the program consists of a minimum of 300 ECTS credits, provided that it does not have less than 60 ECTS credits for an academic semester. And the students must take the proficiency exam by the end of the 7th semester at the latest. And for non-thesis programs, the course stage they're required to take 10 courses, plus semester project course and research methods and scientific ethics course. And if the student fails after 3 semesters or cannot meet necessary conditions for graduation, they are deregistered. And the implementation principles of non-thesis master programs, semester projects have been in effect starting from the fall semester of 2019 and 20. So please have a look if you're registered to a non-thesis program. And thank you. This is my contact details. If you have any questions, you are free to ask. You're more than welcome to ask. Is there anyone who would like to ask some questions?
Thank you, Ms. Nita.
Thank you, Chair. Please raise your hands if you have any questions. No question. Okay. If you have any questions on your mind, maybe you come up with other questions later on, you can send a message or email to me, and then I'll inform you accordingly. And thank you for attending the meeting. It will be recorded on YouTube. So if you just missed or missed some parts, please watch the video later on. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm finalizing.
Thank you. Bye-bye.